Bangladesh, three-time finalists at the Asia Cup, kickstart their new Asia Cup campaign with a comfortable win against Hong Kong, a 7-wicket win. Murali Kartik and Simon Doull join me on Cricbuzz Live. My name is Manish Batavia. Bangladesh's win, as much a story as Hong Kong's resistance in the second innings. Would you have these two as the takeaways as well?
I think the biggest takeaway is the better performance from Hong Kong, for sure. What they put up on the board and then the way they defended it. There was a lot more zeal in the way they fielded, the way they bowled. Yes, take away the extras, that can happen. And sometimes inexperience does show in games. This can happen to any side. But the fact that they made they made Bangladesh stretch. It went till the 18th over. It was not done in a hurry. Also, as we spoke in the comm box, the wicket was not easy. Some of the lines and the way they changed their pace right through the bowling, or bowling those 18 overs, it was good from Hong Kong. So a much improved performance, and they have to take heart out of this performance.
Simon, is it a glass half full or glass half empty from a Bangladesh point of view? Would you take this win happily with a smile on your face, or would you say, net run rate could trouble us, maybe we should have finished this in 13, 14 overs?
Well, they would love to have done it earlier, but the bottom line is Hong Kong managed to get 143, and on a good surface, you'd say you could chase 143 down in 13, 14 overs. This wasn't a good flat surface. It was not easy. So job done, I think. Now they put themselves in a position where they have to rely on one of the other teams beating the other, and they have to beat, one of them really well, which is certainly a possibility. First and foremost, when you lose a couple of relatively early wickets, then you want to secure the win, and that partnership between the skipper, that sort of certify their win, which that's the main objective from this one. Their net run rate won't be terrible after that. It'll be half of what Afghanistan's is, but they've put themselves in a position now where they need to beat one of the other sides and then see what happens in the rest of the group. If they beat them both, then they're guaranteed to go through. So job pretty well done. I think they'll be better for the outing, with the ball and probably a little bit with the bat from the top couple. So I think it was certainly a pass mark from Bangladesh's point of view, but a much improved effort from Hong Kong as well, putting 143 on the board. Couple of very good performances with the ball, two really economical spells which will please them, but job well done from Bangladesh's point of view, I think.
Bangladesh, of course, play Sri Lanka and Afghanistan at this very venue, and if pitches are going to be like this, who knows which way the cookie shall crumble. But they will worry about that later, Kartik. For now, they'll take the win, and they'll be mighty pleased that their new captain, Litton was among the runs, 59 runs, came into bat in the third over, out in the 18th. Time spent at the wicket is always priceless. Yeah,
invaluable. And also the strike rate. We were talking about the strike rate, especially you touched upon that topic, 152. And sometimes it's about getting the win. And the way he played was, he actually looked the most comfortable out of all the Bangladesh batters out there. Look, he's a very, very good player. And I think just the way he batted today tells you what can happen going forward. He will be sort of a cog for them. A vital cog in the other important games, because he's a good player of spin. And that is what you're going to be up against, the likes of whether Afghanistan or Sri Lanka, especially Afghanistan, where you have to contend with three different types of spinners. All of them bowl at different speeds. All of them don't bowl at the same speed. So to contend with that, you need a good player of spin in the middle. So he'll be better off from this outing tonight.
Simon, a word on the conditions. You know that part of the world very well. You spend a lot of time there. You do a lot of commentary there as well. Are you surprised with the conditions? Because Litton at the end of his innings, looked completely spent.
Yeah, normally it's starting to cool a little bit. It's certainly, obviously October, November, December, it sort of cools right down, and Jan, Feb are a great time to be there. It's not normally still as hot as it is at the moment. I noticed that before the tournament, they put the timings back, half an hour to try and make it a little bit more comfortable. So surprised a tiny bit with the conditions, but I'm no weather expert, and the global warming boffins will tell me that it's all about taking trees down and not doing enough stuff to help global warming. But I don't really know enough about it to get into that debate.
Right, 6 fours and a 6 for Litton Das, 59 of 39. Safe to say that the big shots he got tells you that there was a fair bit of cricket intelligence in this innings and he knew he had to stay around. Simon?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what you want. Kartik mentioned it. When you're taking over the captaincy, you want to be leading from the front.
Yeah.
He did exactly that. I thought he played a very assured innings. He was trying to finish it off at the end. The way he got out was sort of quite a tired shot, and it just shows you what they did do particularly well in that partnership between him and Hiradoy was run between the wickets, which is not as easy as you think in those types of conditions. Very sapping, and he just couldn't quite stay there right till the bitter end. A slightly tired shot, as I said, but I thought it was a terrifically paced innings. Strike rate as good as anyone in the game this afternoon, so that's a real positive. And he'll go back into that dressing room and say, right, fellas, that's how we go about it. That's how I want you to play. Follow my lead, and I think he's done a terrific job. And I said earlier, it's about getting those young players around you, enabling them to play the way they want to play and the way you want them to play, and giving them that responsibility, but also taking it on yourself, which he certainly did today.
95 of 69, that partnership. We often talk about how strike rates are not as important in the second innings when you're chasing, as long as you do the job. It wasn't an easy pitch to bat on, and yet these two, 95 of 70, solid show. Yeah,
and especially the principal contributor was Litton Das, because when you look at the way Tauhid Hridoy went, he was underrun a ball. And you look at what Litton Das has done, he's nearly 152. And predominantly, or more importantly, I would say, just the way he played everyone. He didn't allow two of the senior spinners to come into play, which is Ehsan, who didn't have a great day. And even Yasim Murtaza, who started well, and then Litton, just the way he played against him. So tells you the kind of player he is, who he wants to target and who he can take down on a given day. And more importantly, sometimes when you've got a young side, you want to set the marker by leading from the front, doing things the right way. And that's exactly what he did. And as I said, coming back to the future challenges that he has, it's a very, very good outing because he's going to be up against better spinners in the coming games.
Yes, Sri Lanka up next, Afghanistan as well, the two teams that they face in Abu Dhabi on Saturday and Tuesday. Now, Kartik, runs for number 3 and number 4, including the captain. What does that do to the two openers? Will they bat with a little more freedom, with a lot more elan against tougher oppositions?
I think that's the way they go about it. I don't think we need to look too deep into their performance tonight. Because they tried to get going. We saw that a change of pace did Parvez Hossain Imon. The ball wasn't coming onto the bat. And look, it's fine. Sometimes when you want to make the charge at the top of the order, and when you know that you've got good enough batters, and you know that you've been empowered by your captain, you don't think about it. I don't think they'll be looking too deep into it.
Right, let's take a look at Hong Kong's bowling card. Surprise, surprise, the most economical bowler, Simon, bowled just 3. Azaz Khan, 3 overs only for him.
Yeah, I mean, Atik and Azaz were both very good, I thought. Stemmed the flow of runs, bowled the right lines, the right lengths. They'd be a little bit disappointed with a Shukla up the top. A bit expensive, even though he did pick up that wicket. But as Kartik said, Ishan and Yasim, when you look at those two going at, around about 9.5 and over combined, that's normally one of their strengths, is sort of tying up through those middle overs. And I think they summed it up really well from a Bangladesh point of view and took them on, realising, and Litton Das in particular, realising that they were going to be key for them through the middle and didn't allow them to settle. So, when you look at sides that they start okay, but generally squeeze through the middle with a couple of experienced spinners, they weren't allowed to do that. So, 2 really nice performances, very economical performances from a couple of their bowlers. But outside of that, they just realised that, this is just the next level up. You're not playing those sort of second-tier nations now. This is the next level up, and you have to be absolutely on your game.
And one of their senior bowlers, I bigged him up so much yesterday, was Ehsan. And he's the one who cost me my prediction game as well. Very upset with him. Every day, one guy is letting me down. What is this happening?
On available evidence, they're getting better. So next time, back him again. Maybe they'll put on a better show.
I bigged him up so much. I said, Ehsan. Change of pace, this, that, and the other. Fair, why went for 15 in the first over?
There was a brief passage when they would have given Bangladesh a slight headache because between the 6th and the 12th, there was a 33-ball phase where Bangladesh couldn't get a single boundary. They would have believed a little bit more in themselves during that phase, and then you saw them give away 17 extras, of which just 2 runs were leg buys. The others, they could have avoided. But that can come down to inexperience.
And I think that is what we were touching upon. That's what we spoke about. Sometimes they were... Okay, when you look at their performance, when you look at their energy out there in the field, you have to give them 100 marks today.
Yeah.
Just the way they fielded, marked improvement. They dropped everything that came their way.
Yep.
They've taken everything that has come their way. You saw the way they were throwing themselves around on the field. And as you said, that period where they bowled really tightly,
Yep.
and suddenly if someone else lets you down or someone else releases the pressure valve, then it becomes a bit of an issue. And that is where a bit of inexperience comes into play. And also sometimes you also have to give it to the opposition that they bided their time and then they capitalize when they can.
Yep.
So it's a combination of both.
Let's take a look at the points table. This comfortable win, 7-wicket win, was that enough to go past Afghanistan? No, it wasn't. Huge gap in that net run rate between the mighty Afghanis and the Bangladeshis at this stage. Sri Lanka, of course, haven't opened their campaign yet. 2 losses in 2 games for Hong Kong. Their campaign clearly pretty much over in a sense in what is a tough group with 3 serious contenders in Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Simon, for Bangladesh, clearly what they put on today is not the kind of level which will work against Afghanistan and Sri Lanka. They'll have to raise their game. Are there specific areas that you would want to work on in this Bangladesh lineup?
Look, I think the fielding was pretty good. Tuscan will be better for the runner. I think they all will be. In those types of conditions, you now know what you're going to face. You know the heat problems that you're going to face as well. As I said, I don't think that Afghanistan net run rate was ever going to be an option. You always felt that Hong Kong, China would be a better side second up, having been demolished in game number 1. And as I think said earlier, chasing 143, it can be a sticky target on not an easy surface. If you go all guns blazing, you find yourself 3-4 down, and then having to try and sort of scrap to a win. It's still a very, very comfortable win, in my opinion, and a win that they will feel a lot better about. I think the openers getting on a better surface will have a lot more to say from a batting point of view. And Tuscan will be better for the outing with the ball. I think so will Rashid Hussain. So not too many areas of concern for me. 2 points the key. And I think they always knew that, okay, run rate might come into play, but we are going to have to beat one of those big sides. We're going to have to beat Sri Lanka. We're going to have to beat Afghanistan. And if we don't beat either of those sides, why would we be looking to, work on a net run rate? Let's just make sure that that's the option first and foremost.
Just to follow up on that, Simon, I'm not taking over Manish's role. I'm not the anchor man, and we're not going to go into strike rates. You made a very valid point in the beginning of the show before the game started that in games like these, you want the fast bowlers to use that ball effectively and possibly pick up a couple. Just looking at the Bangladeshi bowling lineup, they started with a spinner, which is fine. But where would you like to use Mustafizur? Because he came 4th change today.
Yeah, I still think he's got enough to offer with the new ball. From a left arm option, it's going to swing for 2, 3, 4 overs maximum. So I'd just give him 1. Even if you wanted to try a spinner in the power play. But I think I'd try the fizz for 1 over with that new ball. I know they've got other options, but I think Tuscan and Mustafizur up front with that new ball. If it doesn't work first up, then you bring him back for 1 through the middle and 2 at the back end, which I think is, where he's generally been very, very good. But he can bowl through the middle as the ball gets older and the surface is gripping a touch. But I really do think, Kartik, I'd love to see him have 1 up the top just to see if he can swing the ball a little bit. He offers that left-arm variety, and I think every side, finds it a little more difficult to face a high-quality left-arm seamer swinger.
They will take this win, though. Bangladesh clearly will have to step up against bigger sides. The Asia Cup campaign moves across to Dubai, which is about 100 kilometers away, and you will see a very uneven contest between hot favourites Pakistan. They take on Oman. This is the first contest between these two teams in history. Now, the focus clearly will be a lot more on Pakistan, the more pedigreed side. Now, Kartik, they've come to this tournament without Babar Azam, without Mohammad Rizwan, what does that tell you about the direction in which Pakistan wants to see its T20 cricket go?
I think most teams are in transition, isn't it? When you look at some of the players who've been there for a long time, people who have been white ball giants for their respective sides, I think teams are looking past them, or whatever, be it age or loss of form or a combination of both. And just looking at the Pakistan side too, you know that it's a team in transition. They've armed themselves with lots of spinners. They've got 3 senior fast bowlers in Shaheen Afridi, Hassan Ali and Haris Rauf, who've got a bit of pace and nous. It'll be interesting to see. You've got Mohammad Nawaz, where Mike Hesson, Simon's countryman, has said that he's possibly the best spinner going around, which we can all debate about. But the thing is that they are a good side. They're a very good side. They've got a variety of spinners and a young side. So again, a team in transition. And again, they're going to be up against Oman, where it looks like a completely new look side. Lots of changes in their team as well. So, and as you said, slightly lopsided. Not slightly, massively lopsided.
Massively. I mean, the team that qualified for the Asia Cup 18 months ago was completely different from the squad that's come to the UAE from an Oman point of view. You know a thing or two about this Dubai pitch. It does offer a fair bit of assistance to spinners, Simon. What combination would you go in with for Pakistan? Three seamers for some shock and awe plus the 2 spinners? Or would you look at the India game and then select your side accordingly?
Yeah, I mean, do they go with a Wasim Jr., who can offer you that third seamer role, bat at number 8 probably, hits the ball really well. He's more than capable with bat and ball, and against Oman, that's absolutely fine. But what team do you want to play in the big contest, in the big game? What team do you want to play? That's the team that's got to start tomorrow. So do they hit them hard with the 3-prong pace attack? Shaheen can bat, no issue with that. Hassan Ali can bat. So there's no issue with that either. It's probably the way they are going to go, I think. I think Wasim Jr. is probably there as a backup for Hassan Ali. If he is not fit, because he's a similar type player, skiddy, right arm, medium, quick, who can hit the ball out of the park. Probably a slightly better batter. But I imagine they're going to go with the 2 spinners and the 3 quicks, 2 of which are more than capable with the bat. As far as my good friend Mike Hesson, he's just backing his players, isn't he? I mean, he knows it's not true, but he's just backing his players up. And I mean, if he's in the top 5, I'd just about leave the show. I mean, he's a good bowler, he's a good spinner, but is he in the top 5 in the world at the moment? I mean, I think I could name 4 that are well and truly better than him. But hey, I applaud the coach. I applaud the coach for backing his players.
Yeah, I like that. I would have said the same as well.
We shall get a reaction from Mr. Bogle on Mohammad Nawaz, because in India we all remember that line, "Oh Nawaz, what have you done, Nawaz?" We will talk about that on tomorrow's pre-game show. But Kartik, you think Pakistan will look at this game as a dry run, a rehearsal for the India game? They're coming into the Asia Cup with a win in the Tri-Series just before the Asia Cup. It's a happy, relaxed dressing room. How do they approach this game? What attitude?
It's a new tournament. I don't think they'll look at it as a dry run. It's just that you want an outing for all the players. And heading into a big clash like the India-Pakistan game with everything that surrounds it, you want your form players to feel good about their game. It's going to be at the very same venue in a couple of days after tomorrow is 12th, isn't it? So that's on the 14th. So just a 1-day gap between games. So you just want your team out there, just get the nerves out, because every tournament brings its own nerves along with it. And from a team point of view, you just want to get it done and dusted with.
Oman on a 5-match losing streak. The last time they played a T20 was way back in February. Jatinder Singh clearly the key man in this lineup. But for Pakistan guys, a look at their squad. A couple of 43-year-olds as well, a 20-year-old in there. Very tough to say much about the squad. We'll of course see them in action, and maybe a couple of these players will surprise us. It's a good mix of Indians, people of Indian origin and Pakistani origin. So it's quite an eclectic mix of players from the subcontinent that shall represent Oman. Now, from a Pakistan point of view, players to watch out for you?
I will say, interesting. I want Shaheen Shah.
Okay.
I would say I would go Shaheen Shah, because he still holds the key to their bowling. The way he starts or the way he will operate will define quite a few things. So from his point of view, I'll go at Shaheen Shah Afridi. And from a Oman point of view, I'll go with the captain. He's been there for a long time, and he's also quite dynamic with the bat. So Jatinder Singh and Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Simon, for you, any picks?
Well, probably the best spin bowler in the world. I'll stick with him.
Mohammad Nawaz.
Yeah. They're going to face a higher quality of seam and spin, I think, than they've faced in some time, Oman. So keep an eye out. Mark Hesson's picked him up, so let's back him and let's see what he can do in this one. And I think the wicketkeeper batter, Viyank Shukla, from an Oman point of view, he hasn't played a huge amount of cricket. I think 16 international games for Oman. So only 8 T20s, but he got a very good strike rate at the top of the order. So if someone's there to take on perhaps the Pakistan attack, I think he's striking. I'll just have a look here on the Cricbuzz app. He's striking 146 across just 8 T20 games, averaging over 30. So, that's a good start to a career. Let's hope that, he might be able to set the tone, set a bit of fire at the top of the order and see if he can get them off to a good start.
Yes, 31-year-old Viyank Shukla will be in focus as well. Now, the prediction game, unfortunately...
Last ball, 5.5, I was on 47.
Your good friend Ehsan Khan.
Ehsan Khan.
Simon, you had a pretty good outing. You got one right.
Not bad, was it?
50.
I think I was already there, wasn't I, with the last ball, because 47 plus 5 is 52.
Yeah.
So I already had it. It was just the satisfaction
Of a bullseye.
of taking it away from the birthday boy. That was kind of all that it was. I mean, he's had so much love today. He's had so much love. So it was just nice to sort of take something back.
Look at him gloating from 9,000 miles away.
History is proof that Cricbuzz never lets anyone go home unhappy. And therefore, we shall compensate Murali Kartik with yet another gluten-free
cake.
cupcake.
Cupcake.
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice chocolatey flavor.
Very nice.
Okay. One more coming up. But while we are at it, we'll just rub it in a little bit. We'll show Murali Kartik the leaderboard.
Show Harsha Bugli the leaderboard. At least I'm on the board there.
Oh, I like the graphic. It's nice and colorful.
What about Manish Batavia?
Oh, yeah.
I've only just arrived, guys.
That's fine. You got 0 out of 2.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
I've got 1 out of 6.
It's because of Hong Kong. I thought they'll fold in 80 odd, but they went on to surprise all of us.
Hey, 2 days. Can you think of what these guys have done to me? They were 23, 8 dot balls. All they needed were 4 more runs.
This is God telling you freebies are not meant for you, so you'll have to earn it.
I am trying to earn it.
Tukkas will not work.
I am trying to earn it.
Although the one thing that Kartik
I've
the
never
rest of your
taken anything
birthday
as
be joyous.
seriously as this. Sorry?
May the rest of your birthday be joyous.
which is exactly 60 seconds.
60
By the way,
seconds,
the one
literally.
thing that Kartik did get right,
I knew that.
he did say, Kartik did say that Simon's very good with predictions. So at least you predicted that right.
Yeah, that I know.
Well done. You know which horse to back.
Yeah.
At least in the studio.
I think I have to wait for what Simon is going to say from next time onwards and follow him.
Okay, time now for Joy Factor. It was a tricky question. I had guessed Mia Magic, Mohammad Siraj. I wonder if that's the correct answer. Let's bring up the question before we go to the answer. What was it? With reference to the ODI version of the Asia Cup, if Mendes is in the first place, followed by Irfan Pathan, who is in the third place? Let's bring up the answer, please, along with the winner. The answer to... Ooh. Wow.
We were so way off the mark.
This
That is
Joy.
why I don't enjoy joy.
Simon?
I mean, Sachin. He was obviously bowling a lot more back then, but
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to have been a cricket aficionado to get that, because that is a superb effort. I mean, everybody knows him just for his batting exploits, but he bowled a lot back in the days in white ball cricket. So that is a terrific effort.
Wow. Who
So
got it right?
basically you're saying joy is the cricket aficionado.
Hanji.
2004 Asia Cup. You weren't in the mix, were you?
No,
You never played in Asia Cup.
I never played an Asia Cup.
We'll make up for it by helping you do a lot more broadcast work with the Asia Cup. Who was the winner of this really tough one from Mr. Bhattacharya? Let's bring up the winner's name as well. He's one of our regulars, I think, Rohit Yadav.
Oh, yeah.
Does he get
Wins all the time.
Does he get a flying kiss from Murali Kartik on his birthday for having won this one? Where is the hat, sir? Imaginary.
Imaginary. Invisible.
All right. You guys and girls will doff your hat off tomorrow because we'll have not one, but two legends in the studio. Simon takes a break as well to look after his adorable baby Axel. We will have the great Mr. Harsha Bogle alongside the great Mr. Murali Kartik, and we'll talk about...
And the great Manish Batavia.
No. I'm just here. Just doing my job.
Every show needs an anchor.
Anchor. We all need an anchor.
Not in T20 cricket, but cricket shows. Still relevant.
T20 cricket shows, yes. We'll have two anchors.
Yes. Oh, you're
Mr.
going to be a
Bogle.
minority tomorrow.
No, Bogle is the senior most anchor, no?
Mr. Bogle is like premium, blue chip stock.
Exactly.
Okay then. So to watch us in action, to talk about Pakistan versus Oman, do join us on Cricbuzz Live, sharp at 7:30. It's a wrap. Bye-bye. Good night.